Good evening. I am Madhurima Datta, Zoology and Biology Educational Content Creators. Today's content for Class 10, CBSE, ICSE and other boards. The unit is the nervous system and topic is different parts of the brain and reflex work. For the chapter-wise and topic-wise video, please subscribe my YouTube channel Biogenesis by Madhurima and also for Class 10 playlist. Different parts of the brain and their importance. At first, cerebrum. This part manages thinking, feeling, talking, reasoning memory, and how we sense sounds and tastes. If it does not work right, a person might have trouble hearing or speaking. Next, cerebellum. Even though the names might seem alike, they are different brain parts. The cerebellum is in charge of how we move, walking, running, sitting, keeping our balance and our posture. Next, pons. Think of the pons as the brain's messenger. It helps signals move from the back of the brain to the front part. Next, medulla oblongata. This part controls things our body does automatically, like vomiting, sneezing, and running. It's also linked to the spinal cord, which runs down the back and oversees reflex actions. Next, synapse. The neurons are not attached to each other. There is a small gap between them. The fine gap or loose connection between the two axon endings of one nerve cell and cyton or dendrites of the next nerve cell is called the synapse. We can also say that the point of contact between two neurons is known as the synapse. Signal travels from one neuron to another neuron across a junction called the synapse. Next, what does a synapse do? Allow information to pass from one neuron to another neuron. Next, ensures that the nerve impulse travels in one direction only. Structure of the synapse allows the adjoining neuron to be excited or inhibited. Next, amplifies a signal, makes it stronger from one axon to next dendron. Next, helps in information processing by adding together the effects of all impulses received. Next, filters out low-level stimuli. Next, what is spinal cord? The spinal cord is a cylindrical long cord which arises from the medulla oblongata and runs along the vertebral column. It passes through the neural canal of the vertebral column like the brain. It is also protected by the three meninges, cerebrospinal fluid and a cushion of adipose tissue. In the peripheral part, axons are concentrated and this area is called the white matter. On each side of the spinal cord, there are two horns, the dorsal horn and ventral horn. The dorsal root ganglion contains the cell bodies of sensory neurons, and nerve joined to the dorsal horn or dorsal root ganglions pick up sensation from various organs. It is called sensory nerve. Next, function of the spinal cord. It is the center of the reflex actions. The spinal cord conducts reflex below the neck. It conducts sensory impulses from skin and muscle to the brain. Next, it conducts motor responses from brain to muscle of trunk and limbs. Components of a reflex arc. A reflex arc has four main components. Receptor or sensory organ to perceive the stimulus, sensory or afferent nerve which carries the message from receptor to the spinal cord, relay or association neurons of the spinal cord which transmit impulses from the afferent sensory neurons to the efferent neurons, motor or efferent nerve which carries the message from the spinal cord to the muscle or glands. Next, reflexes. There are mainly two types of actions: voluntary actions and involuntary actions. Voluntary actions are those actions which are performed consciously, and involuntary actions are those actions which occur unknowingly without our will. All involuntary actions are reflexes and involve some kind of sensory stimulation. Types of reflexes. There are two types of reflexes: simple or natural reflexes and conditioned or acquired reflexes. Here, simple or natural reflexes are those reflexes which do not require any previous learning experience. Such reflexes are inborn and inherited from parent. And conditioned or acquired reflexes are those which develop due to some previous experience or training. The conditioned reflexes are not inborn and result due to some learning in one's lifetime. Next, types of the nerves. Motor nerves. Motor neurons or motor nerves are responsible to send signals or impulses all the way from spinal cord and brain to all muscles of the body. The impulses enables human to carry out basic activities such as talking, walking, drinking water, blinking eyes, and sitting, sleeping, etc. Damage to the motor neuron can cause the muscle weakness or shrinking of the muscle. The nerve that passes from the lower back to the buttocks is known as the sciatic nerve. The sciatic nerves enables the complete leg to move, which is a collection of various nerves. A few of these motor nerves function in the hamstring, feet, things, and feet. Next, sensory nerves. The sensory nerves or sensory neurons are responsible for generate impulses or signals in the constructing direction from another types of nerves known as the motor neurons. The sense neurons gathering such as the pressure, pain, temperature, etc. from the sensors that are present in the muscles, skin, in internal organs, which in turn redirect it back to the brain and spinal cord. These sensory nerves are potential of communicating inform relating to motion, that is except for the eyes and themselves. Damage to the sensory nerves can cause numbness, pain, tingling sensation, and hypersensitivity. Next, autonomic nerves. The autonomic nerve system controls the action of the muscles of the heart. Such smooth muscle located in the stomach and in the interlining of glands and the other organs. The autonomic nerves regulate the functions that are not under control, that is involuntary. There are two functional divisions of the autonomic nervous system, namely the sympathetic nervous system that is responsible for the heart rate to speed up and related flight or fight responses, and the parasympathetic nervous system that is control activities such as excretion, digestion, and related metabolic actions. Next, cranial nerves. There are 12 pairs of cranial nerves that emerges from the lower side of the brain, listed below. The cranial nerves mentioned from front to the back: olfactory, optic, oculomotor, trochlear, trigeminal, abducens facial, vestibulocochlear, glossopharyngeal, vagus, spinal accessory, hypoglossal nerves. The cranial nerves are crucial in smell, vision, movement of the face and eyes, movement of the tongue, and salivation. Today's topic has ended.